This is your Elimination Chamber 2020 review. I am, of course, Tyler the Trademark, here to bring you all the results, all the fallout, if you will, from Elimination Chamber 2020. And gotta be honest with you. I gotta be honest with you guys. I thought this was a decent show. It was decent. Wasn't good. Wasn't bad. It was decent. If I had a thumbs up, thumbs down option, I'd probably put thumbs in the middle. This was a thumbs in the middle show for me tonight. First part of the show was great. First part of the show was really, really good, I thought. Drew Gulak versus Daniel Bryan, I thought, delivered a hell of a match. I thought that match did not disappoint whatsoever. I thought Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo, I thought they did alright for themselves. But, I hope that this is the end of all these title opportunities for Humberto Carrillo, because honestly, that dude is as allergic to gold as Braun Strowman. And by the way, Braun Strowman, I've had an allergic reaction to the Intercontinental Championship because he dropped the title tonight. In a shocking, and I mean shocking, turn of events, decision-wise. I thought Braun Strowman was going to run through Zayn, Cesaro, and Nakamura. I even predicted that on episode 32 of the Trademark Show today. I did. I was shocked when I seen this decision. I was shocked Sami Zayn won the Intercontinental Championship tonight. Now, I'm not mad about it. I'm not even disappointed about it. Hell, I'm happy for Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is a guy that should have had a title by now. Not a world fucking title, but a mid-card title, like an Intercontinental Championship, or a United States Championship, for that matter. This is a guy that should have had gold by now around his waist. I'm glad it happened, but 5 years is a hell of a long time, man. And when I saw somebody throw up that stat between now and when he won the NXT title back in, what would that be, 2014 now? Good fucking lord. That is a long ass time. So, glad Zayn got the win. I thought that match was boring as well. Crowd did not give a shit about crowd didn't give a shit about most of this show. The crowd was dead throughout most of the show. They really were. And that sucks. That sucks. Because Philadelphia is usually a hot crowd. Not the case tonight. And honestly, I can't blame the Philly crowd. I really can't. I put the blame on WWE here. I do. Mainly because of the fact they put a major Saudi show like Super Showdown not just smack dab in the middle of WrestleMania season, but about a week or so before this pay-per-view. Before Elimination Chamber, which is supposed to be the big lead-in to WrestleMania. This felt like nothing tonight. This felt like fucking filler. Really, if you think about it, the lead-in to WrestleMania was Super Showdown. And you can blame WWE for that, because this was a show that nobody gave a fuck about. This felt like Fastlane. This felt like a Fastlane pay-per-view. No, nobody gives a fuck about Fastlane. This is what it felt like tonight. And that's sad, because usually people look forward to the Chamber matches every year. I wouldn't say everybody looks forward to them. Hell, if I had it my way, I'd get rid of the Elimination Chamber Not the match, but I'd get rid of the pay-per-view. Because it's useless. At this point. And tonight just proved that. This felt like filler. And, like I said, you could blame WWE putting a Saudi show like Super Showdown in the middle of WrestleMania season. You could blame WWE for that, because I think that show killed Elimination Chamber. I kind of even had thoughts about that before this pay-per-view even happened, before Super Showdown even happened. This pay-per-view was dead the minute that they announced Super Showdown. And what happened, this is the result tonight. And WWE has nobody to blame but themselves for that one. Some of these matches were useless for the most part. These basically felt like TV matches for the most part, especially the Raw Tag Team title match. Especially the fact that we just seen this match on Monday. This felt like the same damn match that we saw on Monday. Between the Street Profits and Rollins and Murphy. It felt like the same match. Now, if you were dead set on having this match, but just had a fuck finish Monday on Raw. Oh, about, yeah, you could have just not have done that match at all. You could have saved this match, that match to tonight, and the Street Profits would have gone no crowning moment tonight. Instead, we had a nothing match. And one thing I will say, one thing I was correct on, no, two things I was correct on actually. One was Kevin Owens coming down and screwing Seth Rollins out of the tag team titles again. And the other thing was Undertaker screwing AJ Styles out of his match with Aleister Black. Now, I thought that spot was cool and all. I really did. Thought Undertaker chokeslammed AJ a little bit better than at Super Showdown. But still, it just looked, his chokeslam just looks awful now. It really does. It's sad to watch. It really is. For the most part, I got Black versus Styles. I thought that was okay. I thought Black and Styles literally legit killed each other with kendo sticks and whatnot. That Meteor spot through the table I thought was pretty fucking cool. But logistically, storyline stupidity. Why was Gallows and Anderson even out at ringside when they didn't get involved in this match until not just before the match ended, but in the closing moments of the match, but when the referee was fucking had his back turned? They basically treated this like it was a fucking normal match. What the hell? What? Who books this shit? I don't know, man. That's just weird. That was weird to me. Some of the booking tonight was weird. It really was. The two chamber matches. Believe me, we're going to go in depth on the chamber matches themselves. But the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, that chamber match was okay. The beginning stage of that match was sloppy. It just looked bad. With Kofi slipping, and I think there was another botch somewhere as well. I think there was when the Lucha House Party came out. At the beginning stage of the match was botch worthy at its finest. It was botchamania worthy at its finest. But overall, it kind of like steadied itself once Heavy Machinery got out there. Once Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler got out there. Hell, even when shit, who the hell? Miz and John Morrison. When they got out there. I actually forgot their fucking names. Jesus Christ. Long night. It was a long night. But I thought when they got in that match, I thought it kind of picked up a little bit. And more so with Otis and Dolph Ziggler than anything else, because people wanted to see that. And I think that's continuing. I think that's continuing all the way until WrestleMania. I think Otis will finally get his moment at WrestleMania. I either predicted tonight or at WrestleMania. I think this might be WrestleMania. Now, while I'm disappointed, I'm kind of disappointed it wasn't Rude and Ziggler, because I think that could have told a hell of a better story. I honestly don't mind a potential feud between Miz and Morrison and the Usos. Because that gives the Usos a prominent one-on-one situation spot at WrestleMania. Something they never really had at WrestleMania. They had all these multi-man matches, but they never had a one-on-one setting for the tag team titles at the grandest stage of them all. If we get that, then I'd be happy. I'd be happy either way. But I feel like you could have done that. I feel like that could have been the better route. I haven't convinced myself that was the better route, but kind of figured Ziggler and Rude were winning the titles anyway. You kind of figured Miz and Morrison was going to win. They did, and via some fuckery as well. So there you go. The Women's Chamber match. No, I get it. Trust me, I do. I get it. I get why they booked the Chamber match like they did. But man, did you rent out your entire Raw Women's division? Just about your Raw Women's division. Except for maybe Kairi Sane. Good fucking lord, was that a job squad style match at its finest. I can't even fault Shayna Baszler for that. But once again, that's WWE. That's WWE for booking a shit women's division on Monday night. And overall, it's a weak division. Outside of Becky Lynch. And maybe the Kabuki Warriors. Maybe, at best. Hell, maybe Asuka at best. Kairi Sane is kind of phased out at this point. But, man, did this look... This was rough. This was rough. Now, a lot of people said this was sloppy. I didn't really see that a lot. I thought this was boring as fuck. The way this was put together. I thought the intervals between eliminations for Baszler, when Baszler took out Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan and Natalya, when those eliminations happened, here's what I would have done. I would have had Liv Morgan come out, and then I would have had Asuka come out. No 5-minute intervals. Because that just looked fucking stupid. It really did. That looked dumb as shit. And made Shayna Baszler look like a fucking idiot in the process. Now, Shayna Baszler was doing taunts and shit, but still, who cares? That just looks bad. Overall, I wasn't really too impressed with that Women's Chamber match. It was predictable as fuck anyway. You knew who was going to win. By the way, how fucking foolish does Dave Meltzer look? How bad does he look? After coming out with that report saying that, oh, Vince doesn't like Shayna. Shayna's fallen out of favor with Vince McMahon. He wasn't impressed with what happened on Monday. Baszler won the match that she was supposed to win. Now, I was convinced for a little bit there, otherwise, but overall, I kind of figured she was going to win this match, and she did. All my fears were put to bed when Asuka was limp in Shayna's arms. So, before we get started on anything else, if you haven't already, go check out episode 32. Speaking of which, episode 32 of the Trademark Show. I posted that right during the kickoff show, before the main card even began. So go check that out. I gave my Elimination Chamber predictions, as well as went over Raw, SmackDown, of course, NXT, AEW. Gave my thoughts on the news of the week as well. So, you know, the usual shit. So, go check that out if you can. And, without further ado, let's get started. We kick things off in the pre-show. Start things off in the pre-show, I should say. Viking Raiders. Eric and Ivar versus Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Now, this was broken. This was announced basically right when I was recording episode 32 of the Trademark Show. I slid that prediction in there as well, and I was right on the money on this one. Viking Raiders beat Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Ryder fell victim to the Viking Experience, which, by the way, can we get rid of that fucking name already? I would much rather have the Fallout. That's just my opinion. And they get the 3 count on him. Basically, you knew it was going to happen. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, they're nothing. They're basically nothing at this point. They're just regulars at Titus Catering. Waiting for some of that apple cobbler or whatever the fuck, or whatever the hell they sold today. So, main show. Get things off in the main show with Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak. I thought this was a really good match to start things off. I thought this was a really good opener, really good choice of an opener to start things off. Got the crowd basically hot. Philadelphia was into it throughout most of this match. It was basically what you expected in a Bryan versus Gulak match. It was technical. It was mat friendly. It was basically just a standard wrestling match. No flips, no dives. It was maybe some dives, but no flips. No super kicks. None of that stuff. Just pure, raw, technical wrestling at its finest. And I liked it. I really did. You kind of figured who was going to win here. It was Daniel Bryan. You figured it was going to happen. But I was impressed with this. They had Drew Gulak not tap out, but pass out. I thought that was genius. I really did. Now, I don't know who made that call. I don't know if it was who booked this match, or if it was Daniel Bryan himself that told Gulak, hey, instead of, to make you look even better, why not pass out of the move? Pass out of my yes lock. And ultimately he did. He looked damn Gulak looked like a star. Now, at one point during this match, Daniel Bryan, Gulak delivered a suplex. I think it was a Giant suplex. Alex, not too sure. But at one point, Gulak delivered a suplex. And Daniel Bryan, I don't know if he timed this wrong or not, he fell on his head and neck. That looked fucking scary. But Bryan prevailed. He's probably gonna be feeling that shit in the morning. But overall, I thought these two did a fantastic job. Bryan had Gulak look like $1 million out there, which good for Gulak. Good for Drew Gulak. I said months ago, I was basically shouting to the heavens months ago that this guy deserves a better opportunity besides getting dropped, besides being treated as Braun Strowman's little bitch. And overall, looks like he is. So, we had an interview segment with Caleb Braxton interviewing Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. Robert Roode said they will pick up the pieces of who's left in the end of the chamber to win the tag team titles. Ziggler says they don't need luck tonight and the world is watching because of them. And Ziggler not only gave a shout out, but dedicated the match to Mandy Rose. So, continuing on with that storyline, United States title, Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo. Now, I'm glad I was wrong on this prediction. I picked Humberto Carrillo to win this match. Glad I was wrong. I kind of figured, Andrade is coming off a 30-day suspension. I doubt they give Andrade a win here. They did, and ultimately, can we get Humberto Carrillo out of the U.S. title picture now? Can we do that? I want to like the guy. I want to like the kid. I do. But, my God. Humberto Carrillo is a loser when it comes to these big matches. He really is. Enough is enough. It's like that Michael Jordan gif. Stop. Get some help. That's why I say every time I see Humberto Carrillo in a fucking other title match, just stop. You know the outcome. You know he's going to lose. And when he wins, are people really going to give a shit? No. It's going to be like Braun Strowman. When he finally won the Intercontinental title, nobody really gave a shit. So, overall, this was a good match. Overall, this was a pretty good match as well. It was going to be tough to set the bar already when Gulak and Bryan already did, but I think they did. I thought they did a pretty good job in this what they were given. And overall, Andrade, like I said, Andrade wins. And rolls up Humberto for the win, using a handful of tights in the process. I thought the end sequence was great. I really did. The kneel falls after kneel falls, roll-ups after roll-ups. I thought that was fantastic. I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was good. And ultimately, Andrade trapped Humberto Carrillo and grabbed the tights, and he's still your United States champion, which means that he should be walking into WrestleMania, your United States champion, and he should be having a prominent match with somebody on the WrestleMania card for that United States title. So, Charlie Caruso interviewed AJ Styles. Styles says he felt sorry for Aleister Black due to the lifestyle he has. He said that the rest of the OC will be at ringside to support him during the match. Big mistake there, because the rest of the OC was basically non-existent throughout that entire match. We will get to that momentarily, however. First, drink of water, and the SmackDown Tag Team title match. Inside the Elimination Chamber. Now, how I'm going to do this, review-wise, basically, I kind of want to keep this under an hour as much as possible, at least. So, for time purposes, I'm going to go through entrance and elimination. So, start off the match with the Usos and the New Day, which I thought that was a pretty good decision on WWE's part to have those two start things off. Now, Kofi Kingston at one point, went to do a dive off the ropes. He slipped. And he actually kind of went for, I think he actually went for a roll-up, which I give Kofi all the credit in the world to do that. That's a true Ultimate Pro right there. But that was one botch. Another botch, of course, was when one of the Lucha House Party members looked like he missed Kofi completely, or missed Big E completely. I have no idea what the fuck happened there, but yeah, I thought that was a mess throughout most of it. Lucha House Party was the first entrant out of the pods. Lucha House Party did a pretty good job for themselves. Malik and Dorado. I thought they did a pretty good job for themselves tonight. I really did. I give them all the credit in the world for it. I really do. Oh, moments later, we got The Miz and John Morrison as the next entrance out of their pods. They clean house. And moments after that, we got Heavy Machinery. Heavy Machinery came in. They cleared house. They were impressive as fuck. The crowd was loving Heavy Machinery tonight. They were. I thought Heavy Machinery did a fantastic job in this match. Last entrance, of course, were Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. Lucha House Party, before they even came out, Lucha House Party was eliminated by the compactor. But first, before that, Lince Dorado had the spot of the entire fucking night, in my honest opinion. When not only he climbed up the pod, he scaled the chamber roof. He was on the chamber roof and did basically a gymnastics looking dive on top of virtually everybody except for maybe Otis. Otis kind of no-sold that shit, which, good, because he's a big man. And he shouldn't be really no-selling that. But I thought that looked outstanding. That was an awesome visual. In my opinion, we haven't really seen a spot like that, if I remember right, since John Morrison himself did it. What was that? Back in 2011? In the Elimination Chamber then? So I thought that was well done. I really did. But like I said, Heavy Machinery eliminate Lucha House Party. Ziggler and Roode, they enter the match. Or at least they try to enter the match. They lock themselves into the pods until Miz and Morrison jump Heavy Machinery. Ziggler and Roode then go after Otis and Tucker. Or they get worked over. Basically, it was a smart move on the part of those four men. Take out the big men. Ultimately, it didn't really work out all that well, because Heavy Machinery still kind of went in there. And tried to decimate everybody. And I also felt like a sneeze was coming on. Sorry. I felt like a sneeze. But, nonetheless, Ziggler, like the coward that he is, when he knew Otis was in the clear, and Otis was going after Ziggler for everything that he did, and stealing his gold Mandy Rose, his peach, Ziggler, like a coward, scaled the cage, the chamber, and was up on the pod. Well, Tucker said, no. No, you ain't getting away like that. You ain't doing that shit. Tucker scared the chamber and not only slammed Ziggler face first into the Lexian glass on top of the chamber walls there, but he threw Dolph like a ragdoll to Otis, and in the process, Tucker did a fucking dive off of the chamber pod and took out nearly half the entire field. I thought that was oh my god, I still can't get over it. Just picturing that shit in my head, that was still fucking amazing to me. Like, I didn't really think Tucker was a fly type of guy. I really didn't. So, that was a nice surprise to see. Hey, it didn't really matter anyway. Otis was trying to put Dolph Ziggler through the pod. And remember how I said Lindsay Dorado basically taking out half the field while he was up on the chamber roof by doing a dive off of the chamber roof? Remember I said that was the spot of the night for me? I lied. I fibbed a little bit. Worked it a little there. It was Otis. I thought this was fucking amazing. Otis tried to put Dolph Ziggler through the chamber pod. Ziggler moved out of the way. Not only did he move out of the way, but Otis bulldozed not just through the chamber pod, but he bulldozed his way out of the fucking chamber itself. I have never seen that before in my life during a chamber match. I thought that was fucking creative. I thought that was awesome. And Otis sold the shit out of it, like he should. He just fell out of the fucking chamber, for fuck's sake. Hey, Tucker, like a brother, like a big brother, worried about his little brother when Otis. Oh, in the meanwhile, this gives Rude and Ziggler some time. They eventually eliminate Heavy Machinery. Crowd did not like this at all. And mega heat for Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Especially Dolph Ziggler. Good lord. God, I think this dude is just on a fucking high right now. Oh, you really do. People wanted Ziggler going, and now Ziggler is pretty much one of the most hated men in pro wrestling right now, other than Goldberg. Ziggler was one of the most hated men in professional wrestling because of what he did to Otis. And good. That's what it should be in storyline. It's a storyline. That's what it should be. Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, on the other hand, they were so busy taunting the shit out of Heavy Machinery, saying, hey, bye, see ya, we're gonna win these tag team titles, see ya, hey, bye. All in the meanwhile, they forgot about the New Day. Big E and Kofi Kingston. Kingston nails Ziggler with the Trouble in Paradise. Rude hits the big ending. Usos hit both Ziggler and Rude with the Uso splat, with the dual Uso splash. Both Ziggler and Rude are gone, and the crowd fucking loved it. They loved it. So you know this match is happening. You know that has to be the match at WrestleMania. Otis and Tucker versus Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Now, what would it mean? Because there's no tag team titles? I don't fucking know. Oh, I really don't at this point. So, you know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. Or maybe I'm just talking. Who knows? Who knows? I could be wrong. I could be wrong now. This match came down to New Day, Usos, and Miz and Morrison. And both teams who started the Chamber, and of course the Tag Team Champions. And I just was alright. I really did. I thought the ending to this match was pretty good. Of course, New Day get eliminated after Kingston missed the leap. He missed a diving attempt from off the top of the pod. He gets pinned by Miz, and that was all she wrote for the New Day. No 8th reign for you. Then got the Usos hitting Miz and Morrison. This with super kicks. This was a hell of an exchange from both teams. I thought the Usos were actually going to come away with the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I really did. But overall, Miz and Morrison basically cheat their way out of a victory, and basically with Miz leverage pinning his way to the victory with the ropes. As Morrison and Miz caught Jay in a double team roll up. So Miz and Morrison are still your tag team champions, as it should have been. As it should have been, in my honest opinion. We had an interview with Charlie Caruso. She interviewed Natalya. Natalya talked about Randy Orton's attack on Beth Phoenix on Monday Night Raw this past week. Natalya says that Beth Phoenix will make a full recovery. Phoenix will... and Natalya basically said Randy Orton is going to get his ass kicked by Edge, yada yada yada. And Natalya promised to unleash her legacy tonight. It was a nothing promo by Natalya, let's just put it that way. No disqualification match. And this is where the crowd died for me. This is where the crowd died. This is kind of where the show died as well for me, personally. No DQ match. AJ Styles versus Aleister Black. Now, for what it was, I thought this match was pretty good. I thought both Styles and Black tried to kill each other. They really did. They both whacked each other good with kendo sticks. Both, AJ Styles at least went through a table. And then some. So I thought this was a pretty good match for what it was. It's a shame the crowd just couldn't get into it. Well, that's the thing. The crowd just could not get into much of these matches tonight. And it really showed. Here's my issue. Why in the hell was Gallows and Anderson even out here in the first place? This should have been a 3-on-1 handicap match. All of this match should have been a 3-on-1 handicap match. Metaphorically. Now it's 1-on-1, of course. But this should have been a 3-on-1 handicap match with Gallows and Anderson trying to run roughshod through Aleister Black, trying to beat down Aleister Black as much as they possibly can. And ultimately, you get the gong, you get Undertaker, and that would be all she wrote. So, I get what people are saying about this match too, why it was so boring for the most part. I mean, like I said, I thought it was fine, but it did go a little too long for me. It did go longer than it should have been. And you know what? That's fine too. You gave Black some time. You gave Styles some time. That's fine. I just didn't like the fact that Gallows and Anderson were standing there looking like fucking morons until the closing minutes of this match, when they hit the magic killer, and Styles was going for the phenomenal form, and then Undertaker's dong hits, and then you had the Undertaker delivering a chokeslam to AJ Styles, and Aleister Black just fucking sending AJ Styles' head flying to probably the 5th fucking row. That black mass was fucking devastating. It looked devastating on TV. And that was all she wrote for Black. Styles, I mean. And Black Mass gets it done. And you kind of have a feeling here. You kind of have a feeling that the Undertaker, or that Aleister Black, rather, is going to get involved in this feud with Styles and the Undertaker. You have a feeling that's going to be the case. Now, I could be wrong. It's still probably going to be one-on-one. It very well might be, but I would like to see, pretty much everybody else would like to see, for that matter, a 6-man tag. Or, hell, maybe a 2-on-3 handicap match between Black and Taker and the OC. Because not only do you give AJ Styles a prominent spot, you give Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows a prominent spot as well. And you give Aleister Black a nice little rub from the dead man himself. So, there you go. That's the way I do it, anyway. So, I don't know. Moving on from that, I don't know why, I've been fucking thirsty throughout the entire night. Maybe because I didn't drink a lot of, maybe it's because I didn't drink fluids during this entire pay-per-view. That could be it. Raw Tag Team titles. Street Profits, Seth Rollins and Murphy, with, of course, AOP. I did not really care. I didn't care for this match at all. I really didn't. I was just looking for the KO interference. What was KO? What was KO at? Got the Viking Raiders getting involved in this match when I chased off AOP. And then we had Kevin Owens eating popcorn and basically screwing with Seth Rollins and screwing Rollins out of the Raw Tag Team titles. Matter of fact, I will say this. Angelo Dawkins pounced the fucking soul out of the Monday Night Messiah. Now, still not as a good pounce as Keith Lee, but it was a good pounce nonetheless. But I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet here. Street Profits win after Owens comes out through the crowd, he took a seat on the announce table. He threw popcorn on Rollins. Rollins didn't like that at all. Dawkins pounced Rollins into the barricade. Murphy then tries to go for a suicide dive. Street Profits block that, send him into the barricade, which looked nasty. Dawkins then got Murphy back in the ring, forward tags in, and they nail Murphy with the cash out for the pin in the ring. Rollins, after the match was over, was seemingly pissed off at his disciple, Murphy. Basically screaming at him, "What have you become?" And meanwhile, KO is standing in the ring. And he gives Rollins a stunner. And that was all she wrote for that. So, you know what's going to happen here. I expect it as early as tomorrow night on Raw. It's going to be Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Some sort of stipulation at WrestleMania. That's what's going to happen. And Charlie Caruso gave an interview with Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn. And ahead of the Intercontinental title handicap match between them and Braun Strowman. This was on. Meanwhile, Braun Strowman was making his way to the ring. Zayn said he is nothing but confident heading into this match. He says that Strowman has yet to get his hands on him after months of feuding. Zayn says he is willing to go face to face with Strowman because he'll make sure justice is served. Well, Mr. Zayn, justice was indeed served. Now, I don't know if Zayn was talking about this feud or if Zayn was talking about his booking, but justice was kind of served tonight for good old Sami Zayn. Now, this handicap match itself was nothing exciting, I thought. This was boring throughout most of the match. It really was. But, good lord. I just find it laughable that Braun fucking Strowman he couldn't hold on to the Intercontinental title until at least WrestleMania. He had to drop the title tonight. Oh my god, I just think that's hilarious. I really do. Now, in his defense, he was getting beaten down by 3 fucking guys. So, that would be more than enough, especially for a monster among men, like Braun Strowman. So, what really did Strowman in was Nakamura interfering, basically nailing a Kinshasa behind the referee's back, and not just behind the referee's back too, but Strowman's head was on the ring post, and Nakamura just went in on that knee strike and seemingly knocked out Braun Strowman. And Zayn then tagged in. Cesaro tagged in Nakamura, and then Nakamura tagged in Sami. Zayn nails and elevated Braun Strowman with the haluva kick, and that was all she wrote for this match, and Braun Strowman's first reign as Intercontinental Champion, lasting nothing more than about 3 weeks. As Sami Zayn is your new Intercontinental Champion. Good for Sami Zayn, man. Honestly, good for Sami Zayn. I can't say anything else. Now, it's not good for Sami Zayn is that fucking ring gear he was wearing. What the hell was he wearing tonight? Good fucking lord. That motherfucker looked like Fidel Castro. Looked like a young Fidel Castro fucking wearing khakis into the ring. That looked like Cesaro, and he was fucking wearing what? Sweatpants fucking 2 times small his size. It was just, oh my god. I would much rather have Sami Zayn his old gear. I would love his old gear back. Like, that's about it. Moving on here. Main event. Elimination Chamber match for the right to face Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Natalya, Liv Morgan, Baszler, Asuka, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan. Match began with Natalya and Ruby Riott. This was nothing special. I thought this was just mainly, they were trying their best. Crowd just couldn't give 2 shits of a fuck less about these two. And honestly, I can't really say I blame them. I can't say I blame them. Sarah Logan then came out. She was the first entrant out of the pod. This was just, like I said, I barely paid attention to this match. I barely fucking paid attention to this match. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Next entrant was Shayna Baszler. And not only does she immediately attack everybody, hits Logan with the knee strike, it applies the kill feet a clutch, so Logan tapped out like a fucking bitch, and she was gone. Ruby Riott saw that same fate as well, so no inner story between the Riott Squad. How sad. How sad. I can give two shits less about whatever fuck story they're trying to tell with the Riott Squad. The Riott Squad's a dead act. It's a dead act. They were a fucking dead act when they were still together. Riott was eliminated not long after Baszler. Baszler then went after Natalya. Not only does she throw Natalya in an empty pod, she traps Natalya into the pod and slams the pod door onto Natalya as she was trapped. I thought that was a nasty fucking spot. But Baszler then got Natalya in the kill feud clutch. She gets eliminated. Bye-bye, Natalya. Now, this is when it gets just fucking convoluted. The wait time between that elimination and Liv Morgan was excruciating, in my honest opinion. It really was, and I discussed this on the top of the review. It was fucking excruciating. I wish it would have just had Liv Morgan just come out there, basically suffer the same fate, and get Asuka out there, maybe do what they did towards the end of the match with her and Shayna, which I thought was a pretty good exchange for what it was. It makes me want to see that match even more now, but I just thought, I thought the 5-minute intervals were just flat out stupid. I really did. Especially if you knew that, and I understand you gotta abide by the rules that you set for yourself, but my honest opinion, you could have adjusted, especially when somebody like Shayna Baszler is eliminating people left and right. That's my honest opinion. Liv Morgan, she comes out, she really doesn't fail much at all in this match. She basically gets eliminated. She kind of lasted as quick as Sarah Logan and Ruby Riott, so she got like that to hang around on. But my God, I will say this. The swing that Shayna Baszler did with Liv Morgan between the chamber wall and the fucking pod, that looked fucking devastating. I'm surprised Liv Morgan didn't get concussed from that. That looked absolutely brutal, in my honest opinion. But, nonetheless, long story short, Liv Morgan and gets eliminated. Baszler locks in the Kira Fury clutch and basically hangs Liv Morgan like a noose. It felt like that's what it looked like, in my opinion. That's what it looked like. Liv Morgan doesn't even tap out. She just passes out. So, there doesn't be credit there on that. At least they made Liv kind of look strong in defeat. But overall, Baszler, she was basically Baszler's bitch, and she did it all right in front of Asuka. Asuka, of course, has been taunting the fuck out of Shayna Baszler for about a couple weeks now, and honestly, it kind of makes you wonder if this is going to be the first feud Shayna Baszler has after she rents Becky Lynch a new ass come WrestleMania. So, Asuka then comes out. She was the final entrant in this match. And I thought this was a pretty good exchange for what it was. These exchange of submission holds, the Oscar lock, and the KO feud clutch, I enjoyed. I thought Oscar was going to get Basil there with the Oscar lock. Basil, of course, rolls out of the ring as the technical submission magician that she is. Found a way to get out of the Oscar lock. And Basil hit Oscar with the face buster slam. I think that's what it's called. I have no idea. Followed by a devastating knee strike. Basil locks in the KO feud clutch, and Oscar passes out. Shayna Baszler is your winner of the Elimination Chamber. She will be facing Becky Lynch at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship. Now, like I said, I understand why they did it. I do, but this just didn't look good. It just felt... I'm not going to say on record this was one of the worst chamber matches of all time. It shouldn't have main evented. It really shouldn't have. You probably could have had the tag team title match go on last. Matter of fact, there was really nothing you could have put that could have gone on. Maybe AJ Styles versus Aleister Black. Maybe you could have had that go on last. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if you were going to do this could have been best suited when the crowd was all fired up and ready to go. This probably could have been beneficial as the first match on the card. Just my opinion. So, I don't know. That's my honest opinion on it. But overall, that is your Elimination Chamber review for 2020. Thank God this is over, man. Thank God this is over. We could finally move on to WrestleMania. The biggest show of the year, the grandest stage of them all. Finally, we could focus now on that. Storylines ahead. I would expect Edge and Randy Orton to be official tomorrow night. And I would also expect Rollins versus Owens to be official tomorrow night as well, as early as tomorrow night. So, be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout tomorrow night for those. I will be back next week for episode 33 of the Trademark Show. You can follow me on Twitter at Trademark_show, Instagram under the same name, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I might put the review up on the YouTube channel as early as tomorrow. I'm gonna get the thumbnail ready for that. I'm gonna try and get the thumbnail ready for that, and yeah, overall, decent show, okay show at best. Nothing really special, just basically fell over. And till next week, guys, take care, everybody.